Hey there, faithful. It's another crucial week for our 49ers, and the front office is working hard to make every strategic move count. We know the team is always looking to refine and improve, and with the trade deadline around the corner, there's a lot on the line. To keep bringing you exclusive insights, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any breaking news. Now, let's get into it. With the NFL trade deadline set for Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific, we're at the final hours of what could be a game-changing opportunity for our Niners. The team has shown incredible heart and grit, but there's no denying we've faced challenges on defense that have raised some questions. Rumor has it that the 49ers are looking to add depth to our pass rush and fortify the defensive line. The question is, who could fit our scheme and fill those gaps in time for the second half of the season? We're diving deep into 4 potential candidates that the front office might have their eye on. Our first potential target is an exciting young pass rusher, Azeez Ojulari from the New York Giants. Since drafting Nick Bosa, the 49ers have been on the hunt for a consistent pass rushing partner who can keep up with his intensity. We thought Leonard Floyd might be that guy, but so far, he's struggled to make the impact we hoped for. That's where Ojulari could step in. At only 24 years old, he brings youth, energy, and a proven record of pressuring QBs, which is exactly what we need. The Giants' season has been less than ideal, and if they lose this weekend to the Commanders, it could push them to start considering trades for some of their most valuable players. Ojulari could be a perfect fit for our defense, bringing speed and fresh legs to a lineup hungry for a spark. Now, let's talk about a seasoned vet who could make an immediate difference, Zadarius Smith from the Cleveland Browns. Smith is 32 years old, and while he's certainly no long-term solution, he could be a key piece in our defensive rotation this season. The Browns have recently gained momentum with quarterback Jameis Winston stepping up, so whether they're willing to part with Smith depends on how their weekend game against the Chargers goes. If the Browns drop to 2-7, they might decide to enter a rebuilding phase, making Smith available for the right offer. This would allow us to plug an experienced pass rusher next to Bosa, someone who can break through the line, disrupt the pocket, and pressure quarterbacks, a major improvement over Leonard Floyd. Now, here's a name that might sound familiar, Sebastian Joseph-Day, currently with the Titans. Joseph-Day is exactly the kind of defensive tackle we could use right now. With Javon Hargrave on injured reserve with a torn triceps, there's a big hole in our interior defensive line that's left us vulnerable against the run game. Joseph-Day knows our system well, having played for us last season, and that familiarity with our playbook would make for a smooth transition back into the lineup. Adding Joseph-Day could help address our run defense, bolster our depth, and keep opposing offenses in check, especially in crucial situations. He's someone the front office might seriously consider if the Titans are open to negotiating. Another familiar face who might just make his way back to the Bay? DJ Jones. Originally drafted by the 49ers back in 2017, Jones was our starting nose tackle for years before signing with the Denver Broncos in 2021. Jones has always been an exceptional run defender, and with the Broncos sitting at 5-3, they might hesitate to let him go, but there's a twist here. Jones is set to become a free agent after this season, so the Broncos could look to trade him now to get some return value rather than lose him in free agency. This could give our defense the run-stopping power it needs, and it wouldn't be hard for Jones to step right back into a system he's so comfortable with. And while we're discussing possible roster moves, it's important to mention the latest update on Christian McCaffrey. The team has been very optimistic about his recovery, and if all goes as planned, he could be back on the field in time for our matchup against the Buccaneers on November 10. General Manager John Lynch mentioned in an interview that they've been simulating a game week for McCaffrey's rehab, carefully ramping up his training intensity to make sure he's ready for full-speed action. The medical staff wants to see how he handles 3 intense practice sessions this week, with Thursday being the most demanding. It's all about making sure he's not only pain-free but also prepared to take on the physicality of the game. Lynch said it best, they want him at 100%, which means simulating tough situations like facing Vita Vea, one of the Bucs' top defenders. One thing we need to remember, though, is that every trade has to balance immediate needs with long-term financial strategy. We've got big contracts coming up, so Lynch and Shanahan are in a position where they need to think carefully. Any player they bring in has to not only fill a gap but also fit within our salary cap structure, so we're not compromising future flexibility. It's a delicate balance of bringing in the right talent to make that Super Bowl push without putting the team in a financial bind down the road. Let's also not forget the rookies who've stepped up this season and made a big difference. Players like Ricky Pearsall, who's impressed with his speed and route running, and Dominic Pooney, a surprising standout on our offensive line, have already shown they can deliver in high-pressure situations. Renardo Green has been especially strong on defense, making him an asset alongside our veterans. This new class adds depth and is proof that our front office is thinking about building a foundation for years to come. So, what do you think, Niners faithful? Should the front office go all in on someone like Ojulari or Smith, or would you rather see a run-stopping DT like Jones or Joseph Day? The trade deadline is ticking down fast, and every decision could shape our season's trajectory. Let me know in the comments who you think we should target. And if you're as excited as I am to see what's next, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for all the latest 49ers updates. Let's go get that Lombardi, Niners.